Hi, today's video is going to be number 4 in my series of What I Know for Sure. So stay tuned and we'll get into it. Alright, so as I said, this is number 4 in my series What I Know for Sure. Now I do these videos periodically. I can't say they're once a month or once every 6 weeks. I've done 3 in the past, and I will have those linked in a playlist below. I do them when the Spirit moves me and tells me what I need to say, when it just comes to me naturally. And this came to me today and it's heavy on my heart, so I want to share it. This video is on dogs. Now, are you a dog lover? Whether you are or not, I certainly am, but we all have something to learn from animals in general. I can only speak on dogs because I've never had any other animal. I've had 2 dogs in my life, and they came late in life. I mean, I think 50, or right around 50, maybe a few years sooner, when we got our first dog. And his name was Chance. He was a black lab, and I will be inserting pictures of him and my other dog, Simon, throughout the video. So Chance came to us. He was 11 months old at the time. I had never owned a dog in my life. I was scared to death of dogs because of the way I was raised. We didn't have dogs growing up, so dogs scared me. So we got Chance. It was quite an adjustment. I won't go into the whole story of how long it took me to get used to that dog or to even let him near me, because that's not the point of this video. I want to talk about what I have learned from dogs and what we can all learn. And our second dog, his name was Simon. And after Chance died, we had Chance 11 years, and he had kind of like a throat cancer, a big cancer in the back of his throat. And that's what ultimately ended his life. Then a year or 2 later, we end up with another dog, another black lab, and his name was Simon. Now, he was supposedly 2. However, when we took him to the vet, because he came from a shelter, and when we took him to the vet, she said, no, I think he's closer to 5, maybe between 5 and 7. So we never really knew what his age was. But we had him about 11 years until he passed away, which was, I believe, 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years in June. So these dogs were just wonderful. We loved having the black labs. They're fun, they're playful, they're high energy, but they're such good dogs. And they were both fantastic. They were different in their own ways, but oh, what they brought to our lives. So I want to talk about the lessons that I have learned from a dog. And first I want to say dog is God spelled backwards. I don't mean that disrespectfully in any way. I'm just trying to make a point that I don't think that's a coincidence at all. And when I talk about the things I'm going to talk about, you'll see the connection I'm trying to make. So I learned so much from these 2 dogs. So very much. So many lessons. Excuse me. And I'll list some. I couldn't list them all, or this would be a very long video. First is unconditional love. I mean, how many of us humans truly have unconditional love? Maybe some do, some don't. Maybe we'll get it in our later years. Maybe we won't. Is it possible? Is it not? I'm talking truly unconditional love under any circumstances. Well, of course, God has unconditional love for us. Do we for each other, fellow human beings? I think we all have to answer that for ourselves. But I can tell you, dogs have unconditional love, without a doubt. How many times have you, I don't know, got mad at your spouse? They said something or did something that upset you and you weren't real happy about it. And it takes a little while to work through it or get over it. And, you just kind of hold those feelings inside. With a dog, I mean, no matter what, I've heard of people that are cruel to their dogs or hit their dogs or do terrible things, which I would never have done. But, or yell at your dog or act angry or cross at your dog. I'm telling you, you can walk out of the room and walk back in 2 minutes later, and they are thrilled to see you. Their tail is wagging. The love is in their eyes. They love you so, so much. You can see it. You can feel it. They show it in every way. Do we do that to our husbands or wives or whoever it may be? If we are angry about something or get upset about something, we're not that easy to forgive. It's like a dog doesn't even remember. It's like it's gone. It's gone. Just like, God forgives us of our wrongdoings. And it's just erased. So there's a correlation there for me. And another thing is, if you go away for the day, whether you're gone for 6 hours or 6 minutes, boy, when you walk in the door, your dog they act like they haven't seen you in 26 years. I mean, they're all over you. They love you so much, and they show it. And if you really look deep in the dog's eyes, you can see their sadness when you're sad. And you can see their happiness or a faint smile. I know dogs don't smile like people, but you can see that smile when they're happy. They are always there for you. They are forever loyal in every circumstance at all times. They are all forgiving of all things at all times. The list goes on and on of what you see and what you learn from a dog. You learn to trust on a level that you never have before. At least that has been my experience. Having never had a dog or any animal until I was in my late 40s, it was just astounding to me what I learned about trust. Because you have to trust your dog, of course, to be comfortable, but most of all, they trust you. They automatically give you that trust. They hand it over. They depend on you to meet their needs, to play with them, to take them out, to feed them, to give them water, to give them treats, and things like that. They trust you completely, and you can trust them because they will guard your life as if it's your own. So these mighty and powerful lessons, which are just a few among so many that I have learned from being a dog owner, I can only describe it as dog is God spelled backwards. And there's a connection there for me. That's the way I see it and I view it. Because I don't know any human beings, including myself, that is like that. I mean, that can forgive in an instant and that can be mad about something and then 30 seconds later be thrilled to see that person, to, You know, do you embrace your spouse when they come in the door? I mean, when they come in, you could be in another room and you yell hi. They say, honey, I'm home. And you may yell, how's your day? Or something like that. But do you run to them with open arms and just embrace them like you haven't seen them for years and you've missed them so much? No, I don't think humans do that, but dogs do. They truly do, and you know it and you feel it. The feelings go so deep. So I just wanted to share this with you and share my feelings on how I view the lessons that I have learned from having 2 dogs in my life. And those lessons are just invaluable. They are truly invaluable to me. But I learned a lot, and I've tried to take them into my life to increase my level of all those things: trust, love, forgiveness, and all those things. So I really enjoyed sharing this with you, and I thank you so much for being here. And of course, I'm going to give you an inside beauty tip on these things. And it's what I've talked about, the unconditional love. Can we ever get there? I mean, to the highest level. Well, not like God. There's no way. Can we, like our dog loves us? I hope so. We can strive for it. We can try every day to love as unconditionally as we can. And that's a bigger job than it sounds like. When you're thinking about totally unconditional love in every circumstance. The same with trust. You know, how deep is our trust of our spouses, our families, our neighbors, everything? Of course we trust these people. We love them. They're part of our lives. But can we deepen that trust even more? I think we can. I really do. And the other things that I talked about, being so overjoyed and joyful to see somebody when you see them, like your dog does when he greets you. Everything's wagging and moving on his body. He's so excited he could just leap up in the air. Well, excuse me, I don't know that we're going to leap up in the air, but I think we can do better than we do. We can show more than we currently show, and just make that effort to let that person know how special they are, how much you love them, and give it to them. Give it up. Give it up like your dog does for you. So that is my inside beauty tip for today. I really appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you subscribe to my channel, give me a like, and ring the bell to get notifications on my future videos. And please leave a comment. I know there's many dog lovers out there, and even if you're not a dog lover, just leave a comment on what you have learned, maybe from your pet, whatever it may be, because they are here to teach us. They definitely are. So thank you for being here. Until we meet again, this is the old girl signing out. See ya.